Queen Elizabeth I, who ruled for 45 years, was one of England's most successful monarchs. However, the powerful queen whose forces defeated the Spanish armada was possibly killed by her own makeup. As per various historical accounts, Elizabeth I used poisonous makeup for decades, which could have been the cause of her death. But before we talk about what was in that makeup, let's delve deeper into why Elizabeth I was using so much makeup in the first place. In 1562, when Queen Elizabeth I was 29 years old, she was struck down with a violent fever and later diagnosed with smallpox. The highly contagious and deadly disease had no cure or treatment back then and had only 30% survival rate. Smallpox led to a rash on Queen Elizabeth's face that developed into small blisters. These pustules would then split before drying and formed a scab that left scars. Queen Elizabeth came close to death but managed to survive the disease. But her face was scarred. Celebrated for her glamour, her elaborate clothing and her flawless white skin, Elizabeth couldn't accept these scars on her face. Queen Elizabeth I started wearing thick layers of white makeup to hide the scars. Her white painted face made her one of the most recognizable historical figures across the world. But what exactly was in her makeup that possibly caused her death? According to various historians, Queen Elizabeth I placed great significance on her beauty. The Tudor queen strived for a totally white face because it symbolized youth and fertility. After surviving smallpox, she used a makeup called Venetian ceruse to cover scars on her face. Venetian ceruse was a makeup created using a mixture of vinegar and lead. The prolonged use of white lead used in Venetian ceruse may have caused lead poisoning to Queen Elizabeth I. The symptoms of lead poisoning include damaged skin and hair loss. As per numerous historical accounts, the Queen eventually lost a lot of hair and wore wigs and an even thicker layer of the ceruse to cover her deteriorating skin. In the 16th century, upper-class ladies slathered the Venetian ceruse across the face and neck to achieve a pale white look popular in that era. The white skin had nothing to do with racism back then and was more of a class marker. A clear white skin symbolized that the woman had not worked a day outside in her life and thus came from a wealthy background. But once removed, Venetian ceruse would make the skin appear grey and wrinkled. To make it worse, the queen would leave the white makeup on her skin for days before washing it off. This allowed lead to completely soak into her skin. As per historians, on days when the queen did remove her lead makeup, she used a concoction of eggshells, alum and mercury on her face. The queen also used a red lip stain that was made of cinnabar, a toxic mineral that contains mercury. Towards the end of her life, the Tudor queen showed symptoms of mercury poisoning that include memory loss, irritability and depression. A mercury wash was preferred by ladies in the 16th century as it left their skin soft and clear. What was unknown back then was that their flesh was being corroded by mercury. While there is a lot of debate about the exact reason for the queen's death, historians have listed blood poisoning, pneumonia, or cancer as the possible causes. As per historical accounts, the queen lost most of her hair and teeth and suffered from memory loss, fatigue and digestive problems. All these are symptoms of lead poisoning. Close to the time of her death, Elizabeth's coronation ring had grown into her flesh. She had never removed the ring during her 45 years in power. The doctor insisted on cutting out the ring and within a week, Elizabeth died. At the time of her death, she was reported to have a full inch of makeup on her face. Her favorite makeup that possibly killed her, Venetian ceruse, was classified as poisonous 31 years after Queen Elizabeth's death. Even today, there are makeup products that may contain harmful substances. Ensure that you use safe makeup and tune into ShowFit for more dangerous historic beauty trends and modern health news.